Hey there, traders. Pat here. Hey, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't consider this to be any financial advice. I'm just a dad who's a trader who's looking to make ends meet for my family. And if you like what you see, go ahead and follow along, and I'm happy to share my story with you. Without further ado, here's my trade recap for the day. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. I took two trades today, one on my evaluation account and one on my demo account. I wanted to kind of show you what my thought process was and the logic. We start off here right around 1400. Yesterday the market closes and then opens back up at 1500. So it closed here at 1400, opened back there at 1500, leaving this new day opening gap. So I'm sitting here, I'm watching this new day opening gap as the day progresses, and I see that we make a low down here. That's our Asia low. And then I'm watching, see where our high ends up. So we make our high in Asia right there, and then we kind of get these relative equal highs right there. We break it, and then London happens. And so the London high happens. It takes out all the liquidity on the upper side of the Asian range and makes its own high right there. Midnight happens. Market's gyrating around. This is my dealing range I'm looking at. I'm looking from the London high to the Asia low, and I'm trying to see what happens. And then I look, London makes this low right here. And notice it doesn't take out the Asia low. So I start thinking to myself, okay, the market's probably engineering liquidity down here because I know we got the sell stops down here from anyone who's going long. And then the fact that this one didn't get down there, it didn't trigger any of these stops. So more people could be getting long right there. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a potential target for the day, this London low and this Asia low. You notice it trades away, leaving relative equal lows. Get into the 4 a.m. hour, and we take out the London high. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is setting our stage for a run lower because we took the liquidity up high. Now I think we're going to end up going lower. And market moves along. We hit it again, push a little bit higher. And my attention is still on this London low and this Asia low. So we get into the 6 o'clock hour, and we're going to open up right around 6:30 or so. So in here, I took a couple demo trades. It looks like there's an inversion right there, and this isn't a really good inversion right there. Just because you kind of have these relative equal highs up there, and they're likely to get ran. But I took it anyway, broke even, and then ended up taking another one. I think on an inversion here, ended up breaking even. And then the market takes out these lows here, and then starts to rally. So after the open, the market pushes up, and we have this kind of 3 drives up pattern right here. So 1, 2, 3 drives up, and then a nice sell-off. This sell-off takes out the liquidity below there, so now I have a dealing range, and I start thinking, okay, this is the market tipping its hand that it wants to go down to that London low, Asia low. Market rallies back up, leaving open this fair value gap right here. So then I look for it to inverse, and I took a short position right here, and this was the first position that I took on my evaluation account. That's this one right here. You can see I was able to entered right around there, and I took 2 partials off right there, and then my final order was taken off below the low. Tried to maintain good risk on this one, so I risked about $175 on the trade, and then my stop was up there. If you look at the NQ contract, it looks like it didn't quite hit this low right here where my limit order was. But that's the beauty of trading the micro, is sometimes the micro will color outside the lines with regard to the NQ. And sometimes this is one of those things too. Sometimes you can be wrong on a trade. You can be wrong on the drawn liquidity, which I thought was down, but you can still make money because I was able took my partials when I was in profit. And then if you look here at the micro contract, which is right here, we actually took out those lows right there. So this is what the micro looked like when I took that. So it took two partials off there, one partial off there. It was about $160 a day for my eval account, and I was pretty happy with that. And then of course the market rallies. And this is one of those things too. We push up, for me to kind of remember, because we pushed up past the London high, we pushed up again, we pushed up again, and we pushed up again up here. The draw is probably higher if you keep going there, and even while my attention was down there, we started making this high and then these relative equal highs. This is just asking to get hit. This is the market engineering liquidity, and sure enough, it rallies up there. It takes out the London high from the other day, relative equal highs, and then there's a new week opening gap from June 28th that's sitting right there. Let me get back to the 1 minute chart. You can see that. And there we are. There's the new week opening gap from June 28th. So we hit that and then we sell off strongly. And this is where I'm thinking, okay, now that London low, Asia low are in my sights, because look what happened. It went down there. It took out the lows there, took out the lows there. It took out this low right here, but then it left all these relative equal lows in place, and it left the Asia low in place. So now my attention is drawn down to this London low and this Asian low. So all around through the 8 o'clock hour, we're kind of rallying up into this fair value gap right here. We hit the exact midpoint of the fair value gap, pretty good right there. And then we start drifting lower. Now, I was looking at the 2 minute chart thinking, okay, I want to see if this area right here will inverse, because this is two fair value gaps on a 1 minute chart. So if you go to a 2 minute chart, it's basically one fair value gap right there. And then the other gap I was looking at is this one right here. And that's two fair value gaps on a 1 minute chart. So if you go back to the 2 minute chart, on the 2 minute, there's actually just the one single one right here. I don't have 2 minute charts on my trading view, so that's the best I can do. Now I saw that we had inversed this. We had inversed this 2 minute here, and the time, though, I didn't really like the time because it was right around 8:35, and I know there's a 8:50 macro coming up. This is 8:50 Pacific time, so it's really 11:50 macro, and that's just the macros are 10 minutes before the hour and 10 minutes after the hour. When the hourly candle closes, you can see a spike in volatility oftentimes, and the market will often run to a liquidity pool during those times. So I'm just kind of waiting. And then I see here, once the 8:50 hour closes, we see this candle close below that fair value gap right there, and even on the 1 minute where we had it right down there, this 8:50 candle closes pretty close down there. And so I entered my second trade. This is on my demo account. Looks like that right there. So I entered on the NASDAQ on the NQ mini, and I just looked to get about maybe 10 or 12 points on there. So I closed it out once we got the nice rundown. So I got to move my demo account forward today. I got to move my evaluation account forward today, and pretty stoked on the day. And that's pretty much it. The important lesson is that sometimes you can be wrong and you can still make money. Just like I was wrong on this one right here. I was wrong on the drop. And when you do make money, it's best just to walk away, be grateful for what you have, and then go trade an account that doesn't really matter too much. And that's what I did. And if you see here too, once we closed below that, we took out that London low and that Asia low. So target was hit, objective was hit within the macro time. And then that was it. I was done for the day. So hope you like that recap, and feel free to like and subscribe and send me any comments if you have any questions. Thanks again for following me. Thanks again for sharing my story, and I will see you on the next one.